Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXC Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Why trackies, when I tell you say me can't take no more, me cannot take no more bad news. And I'm just praying to God that this, is just, a meet and greet. As far as I'm concerned, and has nothing to do with any health situation at this point because as I said, at this moment, we can't take no more from Elaine Thompson Hera, going down this season to having to withdraw from the national championships and being able to even just toe the line, right? To, seeing Shelly-Ann Fraser Price not yet at her best, understanding that she was having struggles earlier on this season as well, right? And I'm talking about our stalwarts here to just, short few days ago, watching Sherika Jackson, pull up in a race. And these were athletes that you could consider, or you would consider, athletes that you could depend on to go to at games and, perform well, right? And here we have on the back of all these things, Oblique Seville, one of our fastest athletes this season, an athlete that has run 9.82 twice to actually be the third fastest athlete heading into the Olympic Games and part of Jamaica's big two, you would say. No, don't get me wrong, definitely Akeem Blake is also in the conversation. But when we're talking about really the shake up for medals, we're really looking towards a Shelly-Ann and an Oblique Seville, and he's part of our big two. I see a lot of people, saying we've thrown Oblique Seville aside. Are you crazy? Oblique Seville is definitely in my medal contention, is a part of my big two. And given the fact that he's consistently again performed well, he's run the 100 meters, what would you say, four times so far this season. That one time he ran against Noah Lyles, defeating him 9.82. Then he went to the trials, 3 rounds there, ran a 9.82. And what was interesting for me as well in that 9.82, it looked relaxed as well. Didn't look like he was going, 100. I wouldn't say it was as easy as Kishane's was, but I still think that there was more in the tank for Oblique at that moment. So, given everything that we've seen from Oblique Seville this season, and of course, knowing that he's so much stronger, all the 200-meter personal best that he's set, he is for sure one of those athletes that, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing go to Paris and do it big there. And he was, spotted with the famous German doctor Hans-Wilhelm Müller-Wohlfahrt, right, who worked alongside, if you know or if you were following track and field back in the day with Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt frequented this particular doctor, to assist him with a particular back issue, maybe other issues as well, but I do remember back issue that was, prevalent throughout his entire career. And I remember he would visit the doctor, and once he visits there, everything was good. Again, he got the nickname back then, as far as I'm concerned, Dr. Magic Hands, right? So with that being said, he's famous, right? He's worked with so many other athletes, in other sports as well. Football is where I suppose he has most notoriety. But yeah, he's a pretty famous doctor worldwide. And recently we saw him, or saw Elaine Thompson Hera post her struggles where she did pull up in that race and couldn't even walk, had to be lifted off the track. We saw her visit this doctor, and after visiting the doctor, she pulled out. I mean, if this was years gone by, Elaine would have probably still tried to, go to the trials and try to compete. But clearly the doctor was like, you can't. And yeah, she had to pull out. And here we have now Oblique Seville is spotted with him. Again, it's a smile. You know what I mean? They're smiling, they look chirpy. So I'm remaining positive. I'm hoping again that this is a meet and greet and nothing serious. And in my opinion, also, I'm wondering if this was something serious, if Oblique would have even posted it, to his social media. Maybe they would have kept something like that hidden, given the kind of strain that the Jamaican team is under in terms of the pressure now being felt from multiple angles, because some of the big guns that we're looking forward to seem to be struggling, right? So with that being said, I don't necessarily think Oblique Seville would, make a post given if he was having any struggles. So my assumption is this is just a meet and greet. At least I am praying and praying, praying, praying. It is just a meet and greet, because honestly, I don't think Jamaica can take another blow. We've been taking punches left, right, and center. I see the rest of the world, pretty much considering our big three done with, right, at this particular point, seeing that they're over and done with. Ooh, Elaine is already, out for this season. We see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce not necessarily at what we're considering her usual best. And then, of course, there's Sherika Jackson again with, the recent issues. So we don't need another blow. We don't need, another narrative being run with at this particular point that, hey, the Jamaican team is struggling more than it apparently is at this particular point. So I'm just praying to God that Oblique Seville is good. As I said, I have him in my, calculations for medals when we get to Paris, and I'm very, very excited to see himself touch the line and see what he can give me. You all know, for me personally, I've been considering him a 9-7 athlete since that 9.82. Definitely, you could see for sure that the 9-7 is there. No, don't get me wrong. I was saying 9-7 before he ran that 9.82, but just how he executed that race for me says, hey, there's more in the tank. Also in Kingston, behind Kishane Thompson, I did also get the vibe that there's still more in the tank as well. So I'm pretty excited to see what he'll be able to do in Paris. And of course, waiting to see him get his first individual global medal, for himself and of course for Jamaica. And we'll definitely be here, to celebrate. But anyway, track is I am very, very intrigued by this photo that Oblique Seville released at this particular point. But I'm not gonna tell you no lie. Right now, my brain, when I saw it, my brain just passed out for a second, and I got a little frazzled because I'm like, "Dear Lord, please, not another situation. I'm begging you." But anyway, I'm interested to know, Trekkies, what your thoughts are. Based on the picture that was surfaced. One, could it be just a simple meet and greet where Oblique Seville, met up with this world famous doctor that has worked alongside Usain Bolt, from the Racers Track Club? Let's, get that straight, right? So maybe it's a Racers, link with the doctor. But for me, Chuck, is I've always thought this doctor was, a aligned doctor. So it's kind of interesting seeing him with a Adidas athlete. But maybe that's just something I made up in my mind and nothing of the sort. But anyway, is it just a simple meet and greet with this, world famous doctor, right? Again, to the link of Racers Shop Club, or could it be, he has had some issues where he need to see this doctor? We do know that Oblique Seville has had his struggles, in previous years, even in this year as well. Talking about, the few setbacks that he's had. So he's one of those athletes that have had injury concerns in the past. Is it one of those things where he went there, to get something resolved, something that was affecting him, leading into the Paris Olympic Games? Could that be the thing? Or could it be precautionary where nothing is really wrong, but let's just make sure we get everything checked out, just to make sure anyway. Let's just do our balances and checks and say, all right, we're good, we're square, let's go to Paris and dominate. Could that be it, trackies? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.